Herschel Walker, University of Georgia, College Football Hall of Fame, 1982 Heisman Trophy winner.
Tim Brown, Notre Dame, College Football Hall of Fame, 1987 Heisman Trophy winner. Being at Notre Dame changed my life. I became the man that I am today.
The University of Georgia gave me purpose. It gave me an opportunity to see people that aspired to greatness. In 1981, in the Sugar Bowl, we knew we were going against the best in college football, Notre Dame.
Gotta be Walker. Touchdown. The game is over. Georgia has won.
I think Notre Dame feel that they probably should have won that game. So tonight going to be a difficult task for Georgia.
The great thing about the University of Notre Dame, they're not afraid to play anybody, anytime, any place. Tonight is the night that they have to prove that they can play with the big boys.
You have a Georgia team that's young, hungry, and for them to be considered one of the best in the SEC, you got to start tonight against Notre Dame.
Touchdown, McDowell! Touchdown, Notre Dame!
It's been 36 years.
36 years since we faced off
On a gridiron.
but that changes tonight.
Two all-time greats representing two of college football's legendary programs. And on this spectacular Saturday night in South Bend, their schools, Notre Dame and Georgia, meet for just the second time ever. Off an off-season of change, Brian Kelly's Irish answered their first test last week. But a tougher exam awaits Brandon Wimbush's second start as he faces one of the most experienced defenses in the SEC. The architect of that defense is Kirby Smart. Big things expected in his second year at Georgia. And tonight, he's counting on arguably the best running back duo in all of college football to carry the Dogs to victory. On this rare trip for Georgia up north, that's brought thousands of visitors in red and black. It's an electric atmosphere in Notre Dame Stadium tonight. Brian Kelly set to lead them. And here come the Irish. For the first time ever, the Georgia Bulldogs take the field in South Bend. Here is the Georgia coach standing by with Catherine Tappan.
And the first thing that stood out was, this is a freshman. He's throwing the ball on time. He's making reads. He's accurate with the ball. But the thing is, he saw things. He saw blitz adjustments. The ball's out of his hands. He's ahead of that curve, and he will not be intimidated by this atmosphere. Now, he's had all week to think about his first start. That's the variable.
As opposed to jumping right in when the injury happened last week to Jacob Eason. We were down there, like you said. He was challenging the DBs, chirping against the Georgia defensive backs in practice. He's very comfortable in the big stage. He played in the Little League World Series when he was a kid, so he knows what a big stage is all about. But this is a different one. This is South Bend. It's the house that Rockne built. So many Dog fans have come here to experience this for maybe the only time in their life. Georgia and Notre Dame on the football field together for only the second time. Wish you could be here in South Bend with us. Since you're not, settle back, soak it all up, and enjoy a Saturday night of college football here on NBC. Georgia won the toss, deferred the option to the second half. C.J. Sanders awaits the kickoff from Rodrigo Blankenship of Georgia. Off we go with Georgia and Notre Dame here in South Bend. From the 3, it is Sanders. Lead block from Tony Jones Jr. taken out to about the 25-yard line, where he's brought down by Jason Stanley, the backup wide receiver for the Dogs. Josh Adams, one of 3 Notre Dame runners, over 100 yards last week. Spectacular game along with Smith Canteen, Equinemius St. Brown, and Smythe, one of 5 tight ends you'll see. Left side of the line, maybe the best left side of the line in college football. Mike McGlinchey, second-team All-America preseason. Quentin Nelson, first-team All-America in the preseason. But they will be tested against this Georgia defense. Brandon Wimbush, the Irish quarterback, gets it going from his own 25. First play, flea flicker look. Shot downfield towards Equanimous St. Brown, who couldn't bring it in. Pulled down at the last second by Dominic Sanders. The safety going back there may have broken it up after St. Brown put it in his hands.
Turning it out early, and they went right after Georgia.
Fabulous play by Sanders. Went for the right arm to keep St. Brown from catching it. Here's the run by Wimbush. Gains only 2. You hear the Georgia fans as Jonathan Ledbetter, their junior defensive end, joined J.R. Reed on the stop. In 2016, it was Deshaun Kaiser and Malik Zaire back in action for the first time in a couple of years last week. Facing 3rd and 8 here, contact downfield with St. Brown, and the SEC crew throws the first flag of the night. DeAndre Baker is going to get caught in coverage.
Pass interference. Defense number 18. It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Hands all over him. The shove happened while the ball was in the air, which creates the penalty.
It's a pretty easy call. Baker starts at one corner. Kirby Smart, remember, was with Nick Saban at Alabama. His defense starts with great play on the corners. This isn't the group just yet that he thinks he can get that great play out of. That's an interesting test to watch as we go through this night against number 6 for the Irish, St. Brown. Penalty takes it to the 42. And Wimbush scans, throws. Cam Smith brings it in. The transfer from Arizona State inside the 30, wants the ball. Back on it at the 29. It's a pickup of 29. Irish first down. The safeties are Dominic Sanders, who's already made one big play, and J.R. Reed. Officially, it is 3rd and 3 for Wimbush, who throws over the head of Adams, incomplete. Good coverage in the flat will set up 4th down, and from here, it'll be a field goal of about 40 yards. And 47 yards, this one right around 40. Out of the hold of Montgomery Van Gorder. Officially, it's 39. Good snap, good hold. Irish with the first points, and that is a big mental relief for Yoon, who was hooking the ball a bit too much last week in the game. And more than 8,000 Georgia fans here. The only thing that didn't make the trip was Uga and the Hedges. Everything else is here for Georgia. Look at the ball on offense. Yoon kicking off. Elijah Holyfield, who was out for the first game, the son of Evander Holyfield, has a seam. Flag is down. Holyfield midfield, past Yoon, down the sideline, being pursued. Knocked down at the 5-yard line, but again, a flag thrown back at the 28-yard line, where the springing block was made on the 90-yard return for Holyfield.
Holding on the receiving team, number 19. 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. First down.
Jarvis Wilson, the guilty party, negating the big return. Tony Jones Jr., the running back for the Irish. And there you see why the hold was called. The left hand was inside the shoulder pad area.
The crease was there. He was probably going to outrun Jones to the crease and get outside, but if the hands had just gotten released a fraction of a second earlier, you extend that arm and have a piece of jersey, it's going to get called.
Jake Fromm from Warner Robins, Georgia. He's a pitcher in football and baseball. Little League World Series, 2011. The team from Warner Robins won it all in 2007. 4 years later, they got back, and Fromm was their star, even though they didn't win the U.S. title. He had 3 homers. He struck out 11 of the 18 batters he faced. This kid's very comfortable with the ball in his hands in a big setting. So is this guy. Nick Chubb on the run across the 40. Tackled in the open field. At midfield, Nick Coleman stops him after the gain of 30 yards.
But he can still bring it. He's got decent speed, and agility's coming back.
Kendall Baker, the guard, threw a big block there. Now Fromm throws tranquil for the Irish. Breaks up the pass, but a flag comes down. As it was intended for Mecole Hardman. Tranquil had a hand on the intended receiver.
He tried to come around.
Defense number 23. Ball to be placed in the spot of the foul. automatic first down.
What they do well is run the ball with Nick Chubb and Sony Michel. You'll see them both as the night goes on. They're both outstanding, along with the other guys who handle the ball. Up front, Isaiah wins the experience at left tackle. The guard position is one of concern. Andrew Thomas, a true freshman, is very good. From the 43, Fromm with a pump, a shot downfield towards Godwin. Gets a foot down and keeps possession. Taking it inside the 15-yard line, Terry Godwin with a gain of 32.
Nice composure in the pocket by Fromm. He settles and puts the ball up in a position. It's a little underthrown, but in a position where his receiver can get to it. Godwin smoked the defender on the move, and then the ball was slightly underthrown, but it was underthrown because Fromm was couldn't quite step into the throw as his right tackle was getting pushed back in his face, just a touch.
Personnel change for Notre Dame. Osmar Bilal comes in, 22. The safety spot, toss to Chubb, bouncing it to the outside and tripped up. Good tackle by Captain Greer Martini to minimize the gain. One concern spot for the Irish. That's the pass rushing threat they have. The sophomore Hayes, number 9. A wild dog look with Sony Michel now in to take the direct snap. And the other running back with the run. And he is met by Drew Tranquil first in the hole. Gain of a couple of yards. It'll set up third down for Georgia. 3rd and 7. Trips to the right. Irish showing pressure. Notre Dame brings 4. Fromm throws towards Michel. Can't bring it in. No flag on the contact with Tranquil. And Georgia will attempt a field goal.
The same thing we saw when Notre Dame had the ball. Tranquil is going to undercut the route, forcing the quarterback to lay it over the top and make it a difficult throw. It's a very difficult touch throw to put in. Once that defender goes underneath, and in your red zone, you have to do that. In the open field, you don't want to be doing that because it could turn into a touchdown.
Tranquil dove. Michel fell, but there was no contact. He was reaching out for the ball. Here's Rodrigo Blankenship for the 26-yard field goal. The all-SEC freshman knocks it through. So Georgia gets a 30-yard run from Nick Chubb. It puts him in range for a field goal. Game all even at 3.
And he's decisive.
Definitely see some poise. That's everything we heard about the young man in the build-up to this one. Blankenship with the kickoff. Sanders will take from the 4 for the Irish. CJ's pursued. He is crushed. Return of only 10 yards. It's the second special teams call for Jason Stanley at first. Brandon Wimbush, third drive starts from the 13. Tony Jones Jr. trying to find some space, but he had nowhere to go. Georgia's front 7 sniffed that baby out. Adams comes back to help with any pressure. Wimbush keeping. He's got nowhere to go. Walter Grant read that, snuffed it out. A lot of folks wanted to be back on campus for this one. Second consecutive Irish drive starting from their own 13-yard line. This time Wimbush will keep it, try to get to the edge, and only gain a yard with Roquan Smith all over there. He runs the show, he calls the D, and he makes a whole bunch of plays. The junior from Montezuma, Georgia.
He's a leader of the linebackers, gets them together, coaches them all out. He's a character guy.
2nd and 9, Wimbush pulls it down. There's Smith again, coming in for the sack. Credit the secondary for covering that initial look on the slant. And don't give this guy another second. Smith with a sack for Georgia.
Guys get there, not just Smith.
Now 3rd and 12. Direct drop for Wimbush. Caught by Cameron Smith, and that is the hat trick for Roquan Smith. 3 plays, 3 tackles. He brought Aaron Davis and company to help out. It's back-to-back 3 and outs for the Irish. Entertaining first quarter there.
First quarter has come to an end.
With the score, Georgia 3 and Notre Dame 3. We'll return to Notre Dame Stadium after these messages from your local NBC station. Glad you're with us on this Saturday night. You're watching Notre Dame football on NBC. Presented by Coke Zero Sugar. Getting ready to start the second quarter. Let's talk about running backs on the other side. Some combos in the SEC. You remember Ronnie Brown and Cadillac for those good Auburn teams. Reggie Bush and Lendale White saw them here in South Bend in their dynamic performance days. The Wild Hog, Darren McFadden and Felix Jones, both good NFL careers as well. And Alabama had a couple of combos, including the two you saw right there. And when we asked Georgia's head coach Kirby Smart about his combo now, Nick Chubb and Sony Michel, who can't handle that one there. Fromm tried to pick it up. He couldn't, and the Irish are on it. And Dalen Hayes has recovered the fumble. Sloppy exchange with Fromm and Chubb, and the Irish get the game's first turnover.
It really looked like Fromm wanted to pull the ball out. He really didn't have much even if he did. But it looks to me like he's hanging on to it to pull it out. Chubb's holding on to the ball. It ends up on the ground. So dangerous. It's like running in the old days, running the option and all those things. When you're making decisions on the fly, very good possibility that ball can end up on the ground. Dalen Hayes takes advantage of it.
It's an Irish defense that struggled with sacks and turnovers last year. Able to get a big one there. Wimbush is back in at quarterback after the Hayes fumble recovery. Notre Dame takes over the Georgia 32. Wimbush throwing, almost intercepted. He put it up for grabs as Alize Mack, the tight end, was crossing. But Georgia almost ended up with an opportunity to take it the other way.
In the area, that ball could have gone the other way very easily.
2nd and 15. Looking left, setting up the screen. Good block downfield. Springing Adams inside the 20. Josh Adams inside the 10. First and goal for the Irish at the 5. With a flag to probably get him even closer after a gain of 33.
Alex Barrs, your right guard, makes the block to spring this.
Personal foul, face mask, 24 defense. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run, automatic first down.
A nice cut block, which put his defender on the ground, allowing that cutback lane to go north and south. Nice patience on the screen.
And then Dominic Sanders on the other end with the face mask will bring the ball down inside the 3-yard line. Good play design there by Notre Dame.
To go play action and short yardage down here. I believe Notre Dame will just try to hammer the ball in.
Georgia feels that too. Wimbush keeping, rolling towards the pylon, in for the touchdown.
J.R. Reed has contained on the outside. He's peeking. He just took one step down. Just one step. But Wimbush has the speed to beat him to the pylon. He did his job. He was playing his position. He really didn't get fooled. He got outrun to the corner.
First touchdown of the game scored by Notre Dame. And Justin Yoon to kick it off. Very minimal wind. He's into just a little bit of breeze that's there for the moment. The return, Nicole Hardman. Over the 20, Hardman accelerates past the 30. Nice return. Out to the 30. Drive from the 38-yard line with Jake Fromm. Swing it out, DeAndre Swift, and all over it was Drew Tranquil. He is playing terrific football, Doug, the first 2 games. Senior from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Not highly recruited. Then Purdue gets on him late, comes to a Notre Dame camp, decides to come to South Bend. Big story for this Irish defense this year. Good run by Sony Michel that time. He'll be a yard shy of the first down.
That's where Wynn on the left tackle is their leader in that offensive line.
Nobody's picked up a 3rd down tonight. Notre Dame's 0 for 5. Georgia's 0 for 4. Fullback taking care of that. Christian Payne, the senior from Athens, takes it just across midfield into Irish territory, and that's a Georgia first down. Alabama time, 2 back sets work so well. He does it on the defensive side, and as you see, spent a lot of time with Nick Saban, LSU, even the year in the NFL with the Dolphins, and then that great run at Alabama, part of those 4 national championships. Had such a hand in that defense. Of course, it's Nick Saban's defense, but every year smart, a little bit more involved. And he gets hired here at Georgia to try to bring that success to the SEC East. Michel the carry. Sony Michel tackled by Greer Martini at the 36-yard line, a first down gain of 9 yards. Mark Richt did a really good job at Georgia for many years. This has been a culture change the last 2 years with Kirby Smart, trying to make this team a little bit tougher and a little bit more physical on the defensive side.
I mean, you can get it done either way, but Mark Richt was a little more good-natured, easygoing with the guys. And this, we were at practice. They were fired up, yelling, little yelling and screaming going on. Different experience down there in Georgia now.
From the 36, here goes Nick Chubb to the right. Chubb, and this Georgia offensive line now opening holes. That's a gain of 10, and a first down for Chubb before Greer Martini stops him. After the Notre Dame timeout from the 25-yard line, the Irish defense rested and coming after him. Nowhere for Nick Chubb to go. Andrew Trombetti with the tackle, loss of a yard.
So Mike Elko decides they're running the ball down our throat. I'm going to bring pressure. They allow Trombetti to slant inside because they have a corner blitz coming off the edge for contain. So they can just turn the guys loose and go get him. He darts inside the block of Thomas, makes a tackle in the backfield.
Myron Tagovailoa Amosa also there as well. 2nd and 12. Fromm will swing it. Chubb will take it. Open field, Nick Chubb. He draws half a dozen blue shirts. That'll look good in the film room when they review the tape. Swarm to the ball. Chubb is stopped just shy of the first down.
Backer on the field now for Notre Dame.
Payne, the fullback, going to take it. He'll get the first down and more as Christian Payne is brought down inside the 10 by Tavon Coney, but it's 1st and goal for Georgia. Second and goal. Looking towards Wims. Broken up. Nick Watkins. That was just a dead look for Javon Wims. Turned around. At number 7 for the Irish, the senior from DeSoto, Texas, was ready.
Tell you what, he's playing off a little bit, so they go for the back shoulder throw. Perfect throw, right in the chest, drop. Got an arm in there by Watkins to help knock it loose, but you can't let that ball get to your chest as a receiver. Reach out with your hands and snag it. But a nice job by Watkins not giving up on the play.
Down by the Irish students and band, figures to get loud here. 3rd and goal for the Dogs. From end zone. Brought in but out of bounds. A spectacular play by Godwin, but he couldn't get down with control of the ball before his bottom hit the sideline. Julian Love in coverage. Let's watch this.
Julian Love in coverage, like you said, there's a lot of contact going on, so he reaches up with one hand, snags it, boom, right foot down. Is there a bobble on the ground, though? The right foot definitely comes down, or left foot, I'm sorry. Left, got right foot is down.
The ruling of an incomplete pass is under further review.
Is that ball moving?
It's so close to where he secures it because that right foot is down, and then watch as he secures it right there. You would say it's secure. He might have the heel down long enough, securing the ball for the touchdown.
Receiver possessed the ball, got a foot down inbounds. Therefore, we have a touchdown.
And so it was just a question of when did he pin it to the chest, and they say the heel was down with the pin, and it's a spectacular touchdown grab for Godwin. And Georgia's an extra point away from a tie game.
What an effort to get a hand on that ball and then bring it in. Now you're securing it against your body as you fall and to maintain possession.
Yeah.
That's on that contact with the ground, great job of maintaining possession.
It's real interesting. I'm a little surprised they turned it over because his right hand moved slightly, just slightly, as that right foot came up. He made a spectacular play. Blankenship tucks the extra point in, and we are tied at 10. The touchdown toss, but all credit to Godwin for that spectacular one-handed effort to bring it in.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Fantastic catch. Fromm did respond from a turnover and a negative experience. He came back and had a great drive.
Best looking drive of the night. Either way, 12 plays for that score. Here's C.J. Sanders from the goal line for the Irish. Sanders has some room here on the left side. Sanders across the 30-yard line. He'll tumble forward. Oh, he's still on his feet, still going. I did not hear a whistle. Sanders is going down the sideline. There was no whistle. I don't know if he wasn't down or not. The officials on the field say touchdown for the moment. If no body part hit, there was no whistle. The official was standing right there looking at it. This could be one of those spectacular touchdowns. It would be a 100-yarder if it holds up, but let's look.
He's on the field. The ball carrier's knee never touched the ground. Touchdown.
His knee never touches the ground. His forearm may have.
His forearm did. Good call, Doug. The left forearm. If you put your hand down, you're fine. Anything above the wrist bone that's down, and you're down. Because the forearm hit the ground. Right there.
Both forearms actually end up on the ground, but keep going. Didn't hear a whistle. Keep going.
He
rolled over a pile of players. Thought he had an
opportunity. 36-yard line. Therefore, it'll be Notre Dame's ball at that point. Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 6:36. 6:36.
Up top, Wimbush, back the tight end, inside the 40, up the 35-yard line. Sanders had his hand up by the headgear again. He's already been called for a face mask, but a big gain of 32 to the tight end, Alazema.
Down together in order to do that.
2nd and 3 on the read, given to Adams, snuffed out by Tyler Clark. Sophomore out of Powder Springs, Georgia. They give out awards for who's the winner of the work in the trenches every spring. This guy won that this year, a potential breakout player on the Georgia defense.
Clark just shedded Alex Bars on that play to make it. I mean, he just, both sides, seeing the runner, played off the block, shutting down the run.
Two receivers right, one left. Wimbush going to get it to Tony Jones Jr., who is tracked down by Roquan Smith. Roquan Smith has an idea of everything Notre Dame is doing here. Field goal attempt would be from about 42 yards for Justin Yoon. Montgomery Van Gorder is the holder. His dad was defensive coordinator at both schools. From 42, it's Yoon. It's 3. There's some issues last week, nothing thus far this week. Justin Yoon, their own 8, 3:03 to go. Only one timeout. Wimbush to throw from back in. Deep, it's deflected, and J.R. Reed couldn't bring it in. Almost a deflection interception. First half comes to an end. Each team a field goal in the first. Notre Dame outscores Georgia 10-7 in the second.
Quarter has come to an end.
Dogs get it to start the third. Liam and Chris Sims, State Farm halftime report coming up after these messages. Setting here tonight as we start the third quarter. Georgia awaiting the ball. 13-10 Notre Dame lead. Notre Dame not able to run it as well as they did in week 1. Much better defense here. 2 Georgia turnovers, 1 leading to touchdown. Big part of the difference. Our first half stats brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Mike Tirico, Doug Flutie, Catherine Tappan. As this third quarter begins, Mecole Hardman going to keep that one in the end zone. Good kickoff. Ball comes out to the 25, and let's go down to the aforementioned. There's Tappan, Catherine. Grab and pull, should tag it on, take him just the 39. This pass is complete. Take it out to the 31-yard line.
When you're concerned about stopping the run, you're getting an extra man into the box. You're leaving receivers one-on-one on the outside. So that's easy pickings. When the corner's playing off, you got one-on-one. He pulls it out, throws the hitch route. Those are safe throws. Watkins closes to make that tackle. But run the football, take the conservative pass game, don't make mistakes offensively.
First grab, Miles McGinty there, takes it to the 32-yard line. His first action for Georgia this season. Good job of penetration by Jonathan Bonner, able to spill Michelle. Sony only gains about a half yard. It'll bring up 3rd and 6. Georgia has struggled in third down conversions tonight.
Well, the extra guy is getting into the box to try to stop the run for Notre Dame. So they are having, Georgia is getting one-on-one matchups on the outside. Now you're dealing with a different situation. It's nickel back, so now you've got DBs all over the field and covered.
Officially 3rd and 7. Fromm taking off. Good retracing by Andrew Trumbetti. Made the pass rush, comes back, keeps him shy of the first down, and it'll set up about a 43-yard field goal attempt.
Points Points aren't easy to come by.
You see Blankenship hit a 49-yarder last year against Kentucky. His only field goal attempt in game 1 was a 23-yarder. Trying to add a second field goal tonight from 44. Blankenship leaked it to the right, and he missed it. No good. So the Notre Dame defense comes up with a third down stop. Blankenship slices it, missed it to the right, and the Irish remain on top. A renovation as you could have, and it still feels like the old house that Rockney built. Wimbush first down toss, brought in nicely by Josh Adams. Across the 45 to the 46, 19 on the gain for a first down.
Great job at hanging in there. There's an unblocked rusher coming in his face. He still delivers the ball. Josh Adams laid out of the backfield and was uncovered.
There's the hit that he took a lot of hits last week. Wimbush back up top, back shoulder for Equanimous St. Brown, covered by DeAndre Baker. So Brian Kelly was asking the same question you pointed out. Hit as he throws. Wimbush, pass is dropped. Incomplete, trying to get to Chase Claypool.
And this is a quick wide receiver screen, so you're not blocking this guy. Carter comes full steam. If you hang in there and make this throw, please catch it for me on the other end.
And you saw Notre Dame make a bit of an adjustment the last drive. He threw a couple of times early from the pocket. Now let's see if he can get comfortable doing that. From the 47, it will be a designed run. There's no block on the edge, and Davin Bellamy is there to make the tackle. We've alluded to this a couple of times. This is a different offense. Deshaun Kaiser, who will start in his NFL debut for the Cleveland Browns tomorrow against Pittsburgh, he was a quarterback who could stand back there and read the field, across the field a bit more. That's not what Wimbush does right now.
And good coaches take what you do well away and force you to do the other. Wimbush did throw the ball from needs to learn to throw the ball from the pocket, read the entire field, go right to left, left to right.
He's pressured here, getting out, tries to throw it. Ooh, that's nearly intercepted. Cam Smith tried to keep it alive for the catch, but the quick close by Lorenzo Carter almost took it the other way for Georgia. Third down and long.
And as you were saying, it's primarily a run-first offense. Now that ball bounced first anyway. Wasn't going to be an interception, but it's a run-first, the play-action game. So you could still go hard play-action on first down or first and second down and take those shots from there.
Great stat from our group in the truck there. You see they haven't converted on third down, and it's usually been third and long. And it's third and longer here. Have to get to the 43. Georgia drops in a zone. Wimbush throws incomplete. Tight end Durham Smythe looking for and getting the flag on Dominic Sanders, who's been guilty a couple of times already tonight.
Pass interference, defense number 24. Ball to be placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
No doubt about it. Smythe goes down, tries to run a pivot route and push off a little bit. Maybe you could call a push off, but there's definitely a fistful of jersey on the pull away. Sanders, no doubt about it, that's a penalty. Cheap first down for Notre Dame.
First down play call from the 42. Wimbush in the pocket on time. Caught by Smith. That's a first down, a gain of 11 yards. There's a lot of receiving talent here at Notre Dame, including two players who are graduate transfers. Made Irish jump the ball, go quick. Wimbush gets it out. Equanimous St. Brown, great grab. Wow, gain of 7. First catch of the night for the Irish offensive MVP last year. Notre Dame getting some tempo now. Josh Adams gets the first down. So that penalty has given them a chance to get into the red zone. And the red zone is where Georgia was really poor defensively last year. Let's see if they're better this time around. From the 19, Wimbush hit as he throws. Incomplete as they got around Mike McGlinchey, the left tackle, for the pressure on the quarterback.
Bellamy working on McGlinchey, goes right around him. This is 2 plays in a row that McGlinchey's gotten beat at left tackle. Creates some indecision because he had to pull the trigger. Wimbush had to get rid of the ball early and just threw it on down the field out of bounds. First down passing has become quick rhythm passing for Notre Dame.
From the 19, Wimbush reading, keeping. Georgia was all over that. From the weak side, J.R. Reed and Lorenzo Carter stop him. If anything, a loss of a yard. Third and long again for the Irish. 3rd and 11, 3 receivers right. He goes left and incomplete with St. Brown, the intended target. And Georgia was all over that. Good coverage. A 37-yard field goal attempt coming up for Justin Yoon. Plant foot was a problem for Yoon last week. First couple of kicks tonight. Plant foot has been in the right place. As it is here, banging through a 37-yard field goal. His 3rd of the night. Irish on top by 6. A tight one with Notre Dame and Georgia in prime time in South Bend. Fromm to the air, nothing open, held it too long. Jonathan Bonner gets his first sack. With an assist to Kurt Heinisch as well. Back.
He didn't have a throw where he could throw it out of bounds. He was looking inside and it was in traffic and he held on to the football.
Loss of 6, 2nd and 16. Now Fromm throwing sideline downfield, incomplete. Julian Love did a good job, just kept going. That pass was intended for Tyler Simmons. I want to get this right here. Simmons is wearing 87. Last week he wore number 3. Georgia, which has a fabulous sports information department, one of the best in the country, they gave us the dress list, and Simmons was listed as number 3. He's wearing number 87 as he comes out. It's a little bit of the college shell game that gets played all the time. Double numbers, changing numbers. Simmons wore 3 last week. Apologies for not getting him right in the 3rd quarter, but the record has been set properly. Georgia needs to get to the 35 to keep the drive alive. 4-man rush. Fromm on the move. Only a couple receivers on this side. Throws it sideline complete. And on the run, trying to get the first down, was Ridley. And a good job by Notre Dame to pull him back. The ball's going to be marked 2 yards shy of the first down, Doug.
They were looking at the line of scrimmage and looking at whether or not he stepped out of bounds, I believe.
You see the flag down. The scrimmage was the 20. Well, he might have been okay there. Let's see what happened on the sideline.
Personal foul, late hit. Number 42 of the defense. 15-yard penalty for the end of the run. First down.
That was Julian Okwara who was chasing the quarterback. Fromm, and let's see if he hits him late. That's one step and then he gets hit. They're also going to have to look to see if the foot was inbounds on the sideline as well. He's got Blazevich, the tight end, back there with him. And Fromm getting in some rhythm now, going up top. Downfield shot, one step away from 6 was number 5, Terry Godwin.
One-on-one all over the field. Had 2 different guys going downfield to have an opportunity. Here was, boy, 2 steps on the DB. You got to make that throw and put it in there.
Nice move off the line. He had Julian Love beat there.
Yeah, Godwin was a guy that Georgia was saying they've got to get the ball to him a little more often. He's their most consistent route runner and receiver.
Get in the hands of DeAndre Swift, bounces it outside. Look out! Swift at the 30. Pursuit at the 20. Face mask brings him down inside the 15. It'll be 1st and goal for Georgia. Inside the 10, this freshman from Philadelphia, DeAndre Swift, makes game-changing plays.
He starts to stretch the play and makes you widen and sees the crease.
Face mask, 14 of the defense. Penalties half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
What is that southern term for a football player?
Yeah, football playing Jesse.
He is a football playing Jesse. We heard from Kirby Smart.
That's what Kirby Smart said about number 7, the freshman.
Just great quickness, great acceleration. Just, one of those guys, if he gets any open space, he's going to be gone.
Hardman and Godwin, bottom of the screen. Receiving threats here. Gonna run it inside with Sony Michel to the end zone. Georgia ties the game. Touchdown, Dogs.
Gilliard at center, Baker at left guard. These 2 working together to get up to the linebacker level, and a great job on the outside by Wynn creating the crease. Great job getting up onto the linebacker. This is a walk-in.
game flips on 3 snaps. A third down pickup, a penalty for a late hit, the play downfield by Swift, capped off by the touchdown from Michel. Georgia on top. All they can handle with Georgia here. Final third of this game coming up. Wimbush keeps it, gets to the edge, pursued by Bellamy, and a gain of a couple of yards to that short side. From the 46, here's the blitz late. Wimbush throws behind it, nearly intercepted. DeAndre Baker was over there, and J.R. Reed brought pressure from that side. Defensive game plan is working. 3rd and 10, there's time here. Wimbush uncorks it, caught by Alize Mack. He's shy of the first down. What's Brian Kelly going to do? 4th and 1. Off the edge, the pressure, the ball's out. It's free. It's sacked and scooped for Lorenzo Carter. Lorenzo Carter off the edge. The running back, Adams, saw him too late. Carter got the quarterback, knocked the ball out, and comes up with a fumble recovery. Well, that's been escaped for a couple hours here. Watch the game tonight for you. Cameron Smith trying to make something happen. Trying to get over to the sideline here. Wimbush going to help. Face mask is going to bring him down. Limit the game, but add 15 to where he comes down. And the Irish are going to have the ball at the 29-yard line. DeAndre Walker on that route with Smith. Ends up pulling him down. Everybody's coming down to the other side, but you have the defensive foul here.
Personal foul, face mask, 15 to the defense. 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Everybody come back.
We will have 1 untimed down.
Yes.
All over it, boss. You got it. You know, he changed fields and got back out there and had a little convoy ahead of him. If Walker can't pull him down, he may be off and running for a while, and that might have encouraged Walker to go ahead and take the face mask.
They'll bring him to the 29-yard line. We got cheerleaders running on the field. Hang on, quarter's not over. Everybody back. There you go. What do you mean? It says 0 on the clock. It's our moment. Ball's going to be marked at the 31-yard line, so an untimed down. Quarter doesn't end on a defensive foul. So it's first down for Notre Dame. And Brandon Wimbush gets it to Josh Adams, looking for a block on the edge. He'll get nothing out of it. All over it was J.R. Reed and Lorenzo Carter, who made the big play of that third quarter as the frame comes to an end. A good one here in South Bend. End of 3. Georgia 17, Notre Dame 16. We're back at Notre Dame Stadium after these messages from your local NBC station. You're watching Notre Dame football on NBC, presented by Coke Zero Sugar. But most of the way, Sony Michel with a touchdown about 2/3 of the way through the third quarter. The difference in the game for the moment. Notre Dame has lost its last 4 to ranked opponents, trying to get a signature win to start this season. 2nd and 10, swinging out to Michael Young. Speedy freshman denied at the 34 by Reed and Baker, who've been busy tonight. Wimbush could have to go quick here on 3rd and 6. Georgia with the blitz, it's picked up. Wimbush trying to get there. Spin move, which is his signature, gets him the first down at the 43-yard line.
To try to change things up.
That's why that play looks so odd. Back out of the gun with the pressure coming from his left. Wimbush has to get rid of it. He does, and the pass is incomplete.
This 2 unblocked rushes coming off the left side. I think they're trying to use deception here and hoping that they can slip the back out completely uncovered. But here comes the pressure. It happens too quickly. Phenomenal job of getting the ball out and getting an incompletion out of this. The sack takes you way out of field goal range, where 3 points can take the lead if you can just get 8 yards on this next play.
If you don't pick up the first down, let's say it's 4th and 1. It would be at the edge of Youn's range. Twisting rush, hit as he throws, hits Fink for the first down to the 20-yard line. Chris Fink with the catch, and a big one for the Irish of 17 yards. Tony Jones Jr. is the back. Wimbush keeps up the middle, trying to get to the 10. He's 1.5 yards shy, but it makes it a much closer field goal of about 28 yards for Justin Youn as Wimbush gets up. Let's see. Field goal unit not out right away here.
How's that 5-yard penalty doing now?
Yeah, well, here they come now with 24 on the play clock, and they're running out for the field goal. So the Irish have to do this quickly. Yoon good on 39, 42, and 37-yard field goals tonight. Officially, it's 28 for the lead. Not the best snap. Montgomery Van Gorder, nice job of putting it down. 4 field goals for Yoon. 2-point Notre Dame lead. Good one. Tight one on this Saturday night. Georgia starts from the 25. It's Nick Chubb to the right, got the edge, and Chubb able to get a first down, keeps those legs driving into Devin Studstill. Chubb, gain of 12. He's the number 2 all-time rusher in Georgia football history. And that's a mouthful. Only Herschel Walker has more rushing yards. He's only carried 11 times tonight, so dogs may ride him here on this drive. Fromm to his tight end, Isaac Notre, takes it out of bounds. Gain of 12, gain of 8 to start this drive for Georgia.
Being able to run the ball sets up the pass game. His best pass game right now for Fromm has been the quick rhythm passing on first down.
Chubb. Time waiting for him was Jay Hayes, the senior from Brooklyn. Lost a yard. Next snap will come right around 6 minutes left.
Well, you like your physical football, and this has been a 2-back type of game tonight with pounding the football, every yard hard to come by, 3rd and 2, smash mouth.
Sony Michel's the back. He's got Christian Payne as a fullback. Toss, Michel, got past Dalen Hayes, gets to the edge and past the 50 for a first down. Almost a hold on the outside of that block, but it was held onto by Javon Wims so Michel could get the first down.
This is a trick-em type of play. It's almost like a naked bootleg. Hayes stays home for it, almost strips the ball, but Sony Michel is so quick, makes the guy miss in space, picks up a huge first down for Georgia.
Nice block made by the senior Wims on the edge, too. Under 5.5 to go. Here comes the pressure. Fromm gets rid of it downfield. Jump ball is pulled in by Wims inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. A gain of 30 in front of Nick Watkins.
That's just trust. Put it up to your big guy and let him make a play for you. Wims did it last week. He did it again tonight.
And mark him all the way up to the 17-yard line, which is friendly. Quickly out of the hands to Mecole Hardman on the edge, looking for a block. Hardman pulled down. It's a big tackle by Nick Coleman. Plays down here.
Watch him maybe get slipping out in the pass battle.
3rd and 5. Fromm adjusts the play. Freshman's looking. He surveys, throws, end zone, incomplete. No flag comes in. Isaac Notre, the intended receiver. Drew Tranquil back on the field after the injury on the last drive. It's 4th down, and here comes a field goal for the lead.
He had a window to stick this in. The underneath coverage jumps on the under route. There's a hole behind the ball, a little too out in front.
It was a kicking competition here. Rodrigo Blankenship won it. He had key 4th quarter field goals last year against Auburn. And a game winner. Made pressure kicks before. This is for the lead. Blankenship, who missed one earlier, bangs it in from the right hash. And the Georgia Bulldogs, in their first ever visit to South Bend, lead by 1. 3:34 to go. Kirby Smart's defense tries to hold on to the lead. So first big pressure, late game drive for Wimbush. Game that's had 3 lead changes. Irish want to do it one more time. Wimbush feels the heat, out of the pocket, just throws it away, benches it.
Boy, St. Brown was wide open, but just did not have the time to set his feet and look upfield. Great job of just getting an incompletion out of it with the pressure. The pressure is the problem. Windows were a deep in route, a curl.
Georgia rushing 4. Wimbush has a pocket, fires in the cross. Fink couldn't bring it down. Richard LeCount, a freshman, good physical player.
Boy, Fink had a chance, and it was a good throw in tight windows, but Fink comes up the field. He loses ground. He gains ground out of the break instead of staying flat. If he had just flattened out a little more, it would have been a much easier throw and catch.
Strong job by LeCount to make the physical contact, pull him down. Irish kick it away.
By gaining ground, I mean he drifted up the field coming out of his break. Square that off and come flat.
Great call. You can see it on the route, on the replay. Newsome, big kick here. 50 on the nose. Fair caught by Terry Godwin at the 25. 3:08, 2 timeouts left. Notre Dame's defense got to keep him in the game, or Chubb and Michelle can close it out for the Dogs. Ron Corson, the head athletic trainer for Georgia, looking at Sony Michel at his right ankle twisted on that last drive when entangled with Andrew Trumbetti. Catherine Tappan telling us during the timeout they've been taping it over the shoe on the sideline, continue to look at it. Now they've got him up on the table for further exam, so you figure to be all Nick Chubb here. But again, as Doug has been way ahead of here for you tonight, the balance of the running backs keeps him fresh late. Chubb only has 12 carries on the night, so a lot in the tank still with 3:08 to go. Notre Dame, 2 timeouts. Georgia at its own 25. Fake to Chubb. Around the end comes Hardman. Got one block, couldn't get the second one, but he does have 7 yards. Trumbetti the tackle. Notre Dame going to keep the timeouts for now.
Nice job at checking at the line of scrimmage by Fromm. I don't know if it was a true check to that play.
Talk about a young quarterback making his first start. The clock reset because of the injury. 40-second play clock in college ball on the reset for the injury. And Georgia's going to take advantage of all of that here. So they're going to get about a minute worth of time off the clock running one play with that injury. Good poise there. Good job by their sideline of clock management. 2nd and 3. Nick Chubb stopped, look for a Notre Dame timeout here. And Brian Kelly takes the 2:08 and put a lot of chips on the table for 3rd and a yard and a half.
The second timeout of the half. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
Sell out. If they trick you, they trick you.
3rd and 2. Fullback Payne looks to be stopped shy of the 35-yard line. And it's going to be 4th down. So they go with Payne, the fullback, and Jay Hayes and Jerry Tillery inside with the stop.
Boy, Jay Hayes just throws his man to the side and comes in and makes the tackle.
1:57 to go. Irish down by 1. Needing a signature win. And they make the plays to get in field goal range. Wimbush pressured, eludes it, in trouble, keeps it alive, throws it incomplete. As he got out of the tackle box, pursued by Davin Bellamy. Lorenzo Carter starts it. These outside backers have brought the heat all night long.
Safety, so he's getting just a 4-man rush.
Georgia running around a little bit defensively here in the secondary. Wimbush tries the middle. It's caught by Fink to the 36-yard line. 1st down, clock stops, about 45 to go.
That's that same in route that was dropped on 3rd down.
17, 1st down.
Gain of 17 for the Irish. Clock restarts. Wimbush hit. Lost the ball. Who's got it? Still free. Georgia looks like they've got it on the bottom of the pile. Bellamy with the hit. Carter in there looking for the recovery. Georgia ball. Ball game.
Just a speed rush by Bellamy. He's got the best get off of any of their defensive linemen, outside linebackers, outside up top, coming speed rush against Mike McGlinchey, your best offensive lineman. Little club move around the corner and speed around the edge. The ball's loose and on the ground, and that's the ball game.
And Carter on the bottom of the pile. And McGlinchey's a terrific offensive lineman. Had a tough night with the speed rush of those two guys, Bellamy and especially Carter off the edge. And for Kirby Smart, huge victory. Big one. The defensive guys get to put those on to celebrate the big plays. And Bellamy earned it with that one. Just a couple of knees to take, and this one will be done. And Georgia will head home to play Samford and then start a run of SEC games from Mississippi State, coming to Athens in a couple of weeks. In the conference, they don't have the crossover game against Bama, don't have a crossover game against LSU, no Texas A&M, Auburn, Mississippi State. The crossover games, favorites in the SEC. This gives them a great chance. We know every week's tough in the SEC, but this is a big win, a big opportunity for Georgia to build momentum as the season goes on. For Notre Dame, without those big conference games, they've got to take care of business in these big matchups. By no means does it ruin the season. I think the Irish know they can play with anybody. If you think Georgia's going to be a good team in the SEC, but couldn't hang with the pass rush, they'll be next 5 weeks home only once against Miami of Ohio, but to Boston College next week, then to Michigan State. Spartans got to win over Western Michigan. Miami of Ohio here. USC will come in. Stanford and Miami towards the end of the schedule. It was tight. It was close. Georgia made the plays on defense at the end. And the trip up north for Georgia will mean a very happy return. Win one for Jake Fromm in his first opportunity as a starting quarterback. And all these Georgia fans who made a weekend out of it. Bunch of them went to Wrigley on Friday. Some are heading back to Chicago tomorrow to go watch the Falcons. They see their dogs win, and Kirby Smart standing by with Catherine. Tap.
Coach, you're a defensive guy, and you were all over congratulating your defense there at the end of the team. What can you say about the performance they put on tonight?
Chopping wood, man. They just kept chopping. I didn't say nothing to him. Coach Tucker handled that. He had them guys playing hard. They play hard for him. They love him, and they played relentless. We got to clean some things up. We got a good football team, but you're talking about sloppy. Penalties, turnovers. Can't do that.
It was a true freshman quarterback on the field tonight with Jake Fromm. You shook his hand there before you shook Brian Kelly's hand. What did you say to him?
Just, I love him. Great kid. He's a winner. He keeps fighting. He doesn't let things bother him. Just so happy for these fans. You know, we brought 40,000 something fans down here, and these guys are awesome.
Coach, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
They'll
Mike.
get Jacob Easton, their other quarterback, back at some point this year, but they got a couple of good ones. Jake Fromm, the win, and they're going to go sing Glory, Glory to Old Georgia over here in the south end of the stadium in South Bend as they enjoy a special night on this trip. What'd you do in the first start of your college career? I won at Notre Dame Stadium. Quite a night to be Jake Fromm. I think the Irish are going to be okay. Tough loss for them, but they learned a lot. You'll hear what Brian Kelly has to say in his press conference at NBCSports.com. Notre Dame's back home in a couple of weeks. Miami of Ohio on NBCSN September 30th. With Doug Flutie, Catherine Tappan, Rob Hyland, Pierre Moussa, and our great team in the truck, Mike Tirico, saying goodnight from South Bend. Thanks for spending the evening watching Notre Dame football on NBC. Presented by Coke, Zero Sugar.